What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. Tonight, the judges will visit 3 very different homes, scoring each of them out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design are design legend Hugh Wallace.
I'm looking to see that the homeowner has actually inspired and curated their home.
Renowned interior designer Deirdre Whelan.
When I'm designing a home, functionality has to come first, and after that, it's comfort.
And award-winning architect Peter Crowley.
As an architect, I'm looking for great examples of clever design in homes all over Ireland.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. Mary Rogers, her husband Mark Cook and their 4 children live by the sea in an extended Victorian home in Dublin.
When we bought the house, it was a derelict Victorian building.
It hadn't been lived in for some 18 years. There was a sign on the outside saying, "Danger, do not enter."
We restored the Victorian part of the house. We didn't do very much to change it other than to move the staircase, and we also made a double height entrance. We retained the exterior wall of the Victorian house, and it's exposed in the living area, and it forms a really good connection between the old house and the new.
It also defines the footprint of the old house as well. That was the original back wall.
Around that Victorian part of the house, we wrapped the modern extension. All in all, I think the architects made a fantastic job of marrying 2 completely different structures in a way that, viewed from either side, completely fit in with their environment. What I like most about our home is the sense of space, both inside and out. In the summer, the house is all open. In the winter, it's much cosier, the fires are lit. It's different and comforting. You can see from every room out to the beach. It really enhances your life. This is my favourite spot. It's in the kitchen, it's the heart of the house. I get to admire the beautiful view out to sea and onto the beach. And I also get this lovely view back into the full length of the house from here.
So the kids really enjoy the house and they really make the most of the space available to them, particularly the outdoors.
You don't ever feel like you want to go away. It's like you're on holiday already. The fact that you can just walk out of the door and walk onto the beach at any time of day, really it was something we'd only ever have dreamed of.
The judges must now assess the home armed with only the basic facts about the property and its owners.
What a beautiful spot.
It's a very clear modern intervention to an old structure. I really like that. It's unapologetic.
I'm going to hold my judgment on the extension until I see the impact on the other side of the house.
I think the garden is great.
Yeah.
The fact that they've taken the same approach as the Victorian architecture. There's a great little potting shed with tomatoes in it. Well, shall we explore then?
Let's go.
Look at this. Oh, this is nice.
This access they've created from front to back is really successful. You open the front door and there's just this view through to the ocean. I think they've captured it really well. I think it's really smart.
I love the fact you have the original porch and then you walk into this really lovely space like a vestibule.
Yeah, there's a lovely feeling when you come into this hall. Beautiful oak flooring, soft greys on the walls and the ceiling. I want to see more of it.
Me too.
Now, this is a showstopper, isn't it? Whoa. That is some view. I love the light level in this room. The finishes are gorgeous.
Great materials. I love the idea of the exposed stone from the back of the house.
You can see the render has been taken off and all of the old stonework exposed. Then we've got these really hard, clean, simple, modern intervention beyond. This is a north-facing space and look how bright it is.
I think that's delivered because of the frameless glass. Lovely detail.
This is some kitchen, and I wonder why they picked this as their favourite spot. Some view. It's a beautiful space, but it's very, very echoey in here, very noisy, and I would find that over time quite irritating and frustrating.
Yeah, I think it's lots of hard finishes, but they're quite extraordinary.
The most successful thing about the space for me is the light again. We've got light through the roof from the south, from the north, from the east and the west. I think it's incredible. This is a fantastic space.
That plinth is just very heavy.
I actually don't mind the fact that they've gone for the black. In some ways, it grounds the house.
I like the angles. I like the way the farm has been constructed. I think the shifting planes reflect maybe the dunes behind us and the sands. You have an expansive view, so maybe we need an expansive house to take full advantage of every part of that, you know?
May well.
Oh, look at this master bedroom.
Why is there no colour?
Colour is outside here. The colour is the backdrop to this room. I think that's a very valid approach.
So the colour at night time in December, when I look out and it's pitch black, you're telling me that's the colour I'm looking at.
But when you wake up in the morning, you're
I
going to have
didn't
a
say
glorious
that.
sunrise.
No. Houses have to work in Ireland after 4 o'clock in December, just as much as they have to work in the middle of July. So I also believe that if I lie in that bed, I can see nothing.
You have a level of privacy. You don't have to draw curtains in order to walk around the room because there's people walking around on the beach.
From the outside, you can't see in because of the nature of the glass. This comes back to that whole thing of an architect has decided on an angle, and that's it. And it compromises how you live in this room. I really want to engage with the view and the sea and the sand. Personally, I don't care if somebody sees me in the nip.
The home will now be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
A stunning designed home located in a breathtaking seaside setting. The home consists of a very simple colour palette, and though I had some issues with the acoustics, it's still a stunning home, and for that reason I'm going to give this home a 7.
This home is an architectural tour de force. I wanted to give this home a higher score, but there were a number of items I had difficulty with, and the lack of colour. I'm going to give this home a 7.
This house is about context, and it responds really well to that. Everything has been arranged to take advantage of those stunning views.
Ciara Denver and her husband Pete Boyle took on the challenge of lovingly restoring a period home for their family in Belfast.
Well, when we bought the house, it was a complete wreck. It was absolutely derelict. I think it had been empty maybe 20 plus years. The house naturally divides into 2 sections. When you come in the main entrance, off to the right, you enter the grand reception room, which has a beautiful staircase. And off that, we have a large, grand, formal dining room, a drawing room, which opens into a library. Off to the left would have probably been the working end of the house.
Tried to save every single last piece of it. I mean, those original windows, the original shutters, original doors, much of the flooring's original.
I had a few rules when I started out. The first was just to respect the history of the home. The second was to absolutely make it a home. And the third was to have some fun. I just didn't want it to turn into a boring museum type house. It was originally built for a Scotsman, James Combe, and he was a merchant. And when you get right up to the very top of the house, there's a little turret. And from there, you can see the docks. And I assume the purpose of that was so that he could see his ships coming and going. This This is my favourite spot. We come up with blankets and a glass of red wine, and we get the most amazing sunsets here. It's absolutely dreamy.
One of the main reasons we were in a hurry to get it done was that the kids were young and we wanted them to have a period where we lived here as a family. We didn't want to finish it and then have them all go leave the house.
This house is an absolute pleasure to live in. It feels homely.
It's a lovely place to live.
A magnificent grand house.
The scale and excess detail is just incredible, isn't it? The sandstone, it's mottled from 150 years of the weather beating down on this building.
I love the colour that they've gone for in the window frames because it almost makes them disappear. It's very subtle and very sophisticated.
I'm just so excited to see what the inside brings. Goodness. Beautiful floor.
Wow! Look at that. I mean, I've never seen anything as spectacular as this. The combination of the original with the contemporary touches.
And it all sits so perfectly with the panelled walls.
Shall we go and explore more?
Absolutely.
You coming? Oh, wow. Absolute sophistication.
Again, it's that blend of modern classics and the original fabric of the home.
The chandeliers are just fantastic. And then a fireplace, which is very much in keeping with the architectural style of this home, and a beautiful mirror.
It's just so bright and airy in here. It's incredible. I've been to many homes like this where it hasn't been successful because trying to introduce modern elements and finishes into a period home is very difficult and requires exceptional judgment.
Gosh, look at this. And courtyard, very sympathetic. Like you've got the original stonework, cast iron columns, you have original beams, so things have been reused here.
It just feels very comfortable in here. There's a lovely light level. They've got a fabulous live green wall behind you there, Hugh, which brings lovely texture and an element of nature into this room. Very tastefully done.
So we have the kitchen, and once more, it's a spectacular space. The light in here is amazing. Again, a space that feels very bright and airy.
And an amazing connection with the garden, Peter. Very little storage in this area. I think that's because we have this fantastic pantry down here.
Wow.
The marvelous thing about this building is that the homeowners, in carrying out the restoration, have done it perfectly because they've respected the building from the outset.
Oh, you could sleep on this carpet. I love it. The bed in the center of the room. The fact that they've gone for a crushed cotton so it doesn't have that perfectly ironed effect. And then the big quilted throw with that nice little detailing. And the colour palette, the soft grey, the pink, the little bit of white, and then that touch of yellow ochre. This is such a sophisticated bedroom.
Just amazing. Like that ceiling rose has that ecclesiastical vibe going on in it. This room is about stripped back, elegant simplicity.
It's just a really good lesson in how to bring modern and tradition together.
We're on top of the world here.
Oh, brilliant.
The owner's favourite spot, and it is really not difficult to figure out why, is it? I mean, look at this as a vantage point. Magnificent.
We have the influence of Scotland, England, and Ireland. And it's that level of detail that makes these buildings just quite extraordinary.
The homeowner's impeccable judgment and style are evident throughout this home. The contemporary minimal interventions sit alongside the ornate detail of the original home perfectly. So it's a fully deserved 10 from me.
The owners have reinstated this building to its former glory as a family home, respecting the architectural quirkiness of the building while introducing modernity. It is an exceptional home, and I'm giving it an 8.
The owners here have shown great restraint, which allows the beautiful original architectural features to shine.
When writer Alice Carey and her husband Geoffrey Knox were searching for a home to buy in Ireland, they stumbled across a derelict farmhouse in West Cork.
The estate agent wanted actually nothing to do with us because we wanted the cheapest, most ruinous house. We saw the for sale sign and I turned down the laneway. We had no keys to get in or anything. There was a broken window in the back. I pushed Alice through it. We just kind of tumbled into the house and we said, isn't this the place? There were cows and sheep living in all the rooms. There were
dirt floors.
Yeah.
We were mad.
We had to figure out what we would do with it.
Everything is old, everything has been researched.
We wait years to find something for the right spot.
It just makes the house the house. The one thing I would, if I was doing over again, I wouldn't do the antique porcelain toilets and sinks because you cannot keep them clean.
Too late now.
This is my favorite spot in the entire house. The bed gets the light on 3 windows. There's something about the stream of air and energy that comes through. It's peaceful. I like the fact that a lot of people were here and they lived and they died and they married, all here.
Restoring this house is one of the best things we've ever done in our lives.
Absolutely agree.
Completely hidden away. The render on it is sort of a burnt orange and it sits very gently against the landscape.
It's idyllic, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What we have here is a lovely example of an early 19th century farmhouse. I feel I'm coming up to Granny's in Little Red Riding Hood. Shall we go on?
Yes.
Look at that, we're straight into the kitchen and living area.
And they've lit the fire for us.
Yeah, it's fabulous. This is just full of atmosphere and character.
Full of bits and pieces. Best bit is the enamelled roasting tin with the lid in the corner.
The stacked slate, it's just so beautiful and so simple and so apt, I think, for this home.
Having a sofa in front of the fire in the middle of what is the kitchen area doesn't make sense, but it works a treat. It's just oozing character.
What we have here, I'd imagine, is an extension to the original home. I'm probably standing next to the remnants of what would have been the old back wall of the house.
What's lovely is that you've come from a low-ceilinged old part of the house into a big volume space with a beautiful big south-facing window letting lots of natural daylight in here. Lovely soft green on the walls. It's almost kind of picking up the colour from the landscape.
Like that truss there is timber dowelled. There's no nails in that at all. It may well be an original truss. And that's defined the actual size of this room.
The old door hanging up here, I'd imagine it's from the original home.
I bet it is. You know, most people would throw that out. That shows the respect the homeowners have for this house. Who else would do that? Only somebody who is passionate and concerned about conservation. Everyone else would have chucked it in the bin. They've created a very special home.
Ah, it's nice and bright here on the landing.
This is the original staircase, and it's so simple, you know, the newel post, and look at the simplicity of that handrail. And that's because at the time when these houses were built, the timber in Ireland was just really poor quality.
Oh my. It's a bathroom. I presumed we were going to walk into a bedroom.
I'd actually describe it, funny enough, as a dressing room because of this lovely big wardrobe over here. The colour on the walls is great because it's a blue, but it's been daubed on, and therefore it comes in different strengths and colours.
I'm fascinated actually with that piece of art beside you, Peter.
The amount of religious paraphernalia is incredible, really, isn't it?
It's certainly a quirky room.
Their favourite spot.
This is quite a bright room in comparison to the rest of the house, isn't it? And I think it's because we've got windows on 3 sides, but also there's a sense of space. The house finally kind of releases itself.
The orientation of the bed here works very well. It's at an angle, but it then affords you the views out of those 2 windows there. The personal touches have certainly come through, and it doesn't feel like it's staged in any way.
I totally agree, Deirdre. I think this is a project that's evolved over time. That's what I think makes it a very special home.
A labour of love.
Absolutely.
This is a gem. I have great admiration for the owners who have made it their life ambition to bring this home back to life. It's very atmospheric and oozes character. For this reason, I give this home a 9.
I would describe the renovation of this home as very honest and frank. In fact, it feels more like a recreation than a renovation. I'm giving this home an 8.
This home is about the personality and style of the homeowner, their collection of furniture objects which belong in this exceptional and special home.
Now that the judges have visited all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, Peter reveals what he gave the home in Dublin.
I really enjoyed this homeowner's approach to how you extend a Victorian property. The homeowner went for a strikingly modern extension. In general, I thought the legibility of the extension against the original fabric was exemplary, really, and I gave it an 8.
That's a good score. 2 7s and an 8, that's 22.
Deirdre tells us her score for the period home in Belfast.
What really struck me about this home was the total respect they had for the architecture, and then to contrast that with the contemporary furniture and the insertions that were new. I loved everything about this home. I gave it a 10.
Wow.
2 10s.
I know. 28 is our score.
And finally, Hugh gives his score for the renovated farmhouse in Cork.
You just didn't know what to expect when you opened that door. And you walked into this wonderland of personality. In my view, in this home, not only they restored it, but they conserved it. I just loved every inch of it, and I gave it a big old 10.
Wow. So this house gets 10, 9, 8, that's 27. Wow, by the skin of his teeth. 1 point in the difference. This is a great finalist. I'm delighted.
Amazing house, amazing family home.
The home through to the final is the period home in Belfast. Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.